Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got a video by Bleacher Report man, Zach Buckley to be exact, titled Star NBA Trades Nobody's Thought of Yet. So yeah, every single day, man, there's new trade rumors coming out, and it seems like a lot of them is typically the same players. So this can be a nice, refreshing breath of fresh air. Just like trades we've not really heard about, man. So basically, we're gonna go through each of these trades, see if they make sense for both sides. Maybe rank it, maybe grade it. I don't know, man. Maybe we'll just read it. Who really knows, man? But anyway, if you guys don't mind dropping that like on this video, of course, subscribing if you're new to the channel, and yeah, let me know a trade in the comment section below that you'd love to see go down. That's realistic. That's just nobody's really talked about yet. I'll start with one: Derrick Rose for Michael Jordan. Okay, here we go. Let's get it. First one we have is the Kings add anchor and Jazz get two-way forwards. So this is the trade of the Kings getting Rudy Gobert and Ed Davis, and the Utah Jazz getting Harrison Barnes, Rashawn Holmes, Justin James, and the number 12 pick. I mean, it's not a bad little haul for the Utah Jazz. I actually do like the trade for the Kings because they get rid of some of their just kind of like bulk tweener players, the guys like Harrison Barnes that's like you don't really know what position he is. They kind of solidify things with Rudy Gobert, like that's the anchor, and the inside he'd work out nicely. Obviously De'Aaron Fox. I would ideally look for a lineup of De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Bojan, Marvin Bagley, and Rudy Gobert. Like that's a good team if you ask me. Like that's something to work with at least. So I do like that. Plus to get Ed Davis, who a few years ago was like one of the better backup centers. I think he had injuries last season, but typically really good at like a backup center being like offensive rebounding and stuff like that. Now for the Jazz, they get some decent pieces around Donovan Mitchell. Okay, so the thing is that, like you're no longer paying Rudy Gobert, but as a result, you're forced to pay Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes somehow finessed himself another large contract. I have no idea how he did it, but he did it with the Kings, man. Got like $84 million. I just think that's an overpay for Harrison Barnes at this point. But, I mean, he would be a good complementary player to Donovan Mitchell. Rashawn Holmes is a good center. We found that out last season on the Kings. Justin James, I don't know much about him. And the number 12 pick, now, if you could use that number 12 pick and turn it into like an RJ Hampton, maybe like a Tyrese Halliburton and Devin Vessel, somebody like that, that'd be absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, the pick definitely makes the trade. Like, I would be willing to take on Harrison Barnes. Getting Rashawn Holmes is probably underpaid and getting a pick out of it. It's not really a bad trade for both sides. That's pretty good to start things off, man. I'm gonna give this one 2 stars out of 3. Okay, next up, we have the Blazers find forward, Celtics add depth and youth. They don't really need youth. They pretty much are extremely young as is. But this is a trade of Gordon Hayward and the number 26 pick for Zach Collins, Anfernee Simons, Rodney Hood, and Trevor Ariza. Okay, so, I mean, obviously the first thing you notice about this one is that the Boston Celtics, they get out of Gordon Hayward's contract. I think he's only got 1 year left on it, though, anyway, so it's not that big a deal. But all these other guys, like, their contracts don't really add up to that much, so I think they would actually have even more money to do stuff in free agency. I really like the trade for the Portland Trail Blazers because really the only guy that they're losing here is Anfernee Simons. That could be something big. Zach Collins is a nice player. Don't get me wrong. Like, he has really good potential to be like a good like defensive center, but he's been having like injury issues. Rodney Hood, I mean, he's Rodney Hood. He's fine. Like, he could be good at times. I used to like him a lot when he was on the Utah Jazz. I think he kind of fell off. He was decent at times for the Trailblazers though, but obviously had a big time injury. Gordon Hayward, you obviously get injury issues with him too, but I do like the move, man. Like, I just want to see the Trailblazers be able to make like a good change like this. I feel like that's a good start. Obviously, going into the season with Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Gordon Hayward, Carmelo Anthony, and Nurkic. Defense kind of scares me with that one, not gonna lie, but scoring wise, man, they can all ball out with that. So it's not bad. I do like it. I'm gonna give this one 5 stars out of 8. 5 stars out of 8. For both sides. Okay, next we have the Pels make their push. Pacers shift gears. So this is the trade of the Pelicans receiving Victor Oladipo and the Pacers receiving Lonzo Ball, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Darius Miller. So I guess it was said by Stan Van Gundy that he's like, Lonzo Ball's not our point guard. So I guess Lonzo's getting a trade from the Pelicans. Like, I guess Stan Van Gundy does not want him, which kind of makes sense because I look at like history of like Stan Van Gundy coach teams. And he's never really had a point guard like Lonzo Ball. He likes more of just like your traditional 6'2" point guard that's like good at calling plays and like making threes and stuff. And he also had Reggie Jackson. Sorry, Reggie, but yeah, I'm going to roast you on that one. But no, it's not a bad trade. The Pacers, Get a good youthful player with Lonzo Ball. I still think he's something. Nickeil Alexander, they don't really need him. They already have like Aaron Holiday, who I think is going to be a pretty good combo guard in the NBA. But yeah, you have a team with, Lonzo Ball, which helps with defense, playmaking. And then you have Malcolm Brogdon, probably goes to the 2 spot. I personally actually kind of like him there. You got TJ Warren, DeMontis Sabonis, Miles Turner, and then of course you got the other guys off the bench. And for the Pelicans, it still doesn't really give them their point guard unless, Sam Van Gundy's kind of content with Drew Holiday at the point guard spot, which could be the case. So then you're looking at a lineup of Drew Holiday, Oladipo, both those guys can handle the basketball. That's kind of interesting. Brandon Ingram at the 3, Zion at the 4, and hopefully not Derek Favors at the 5. Hopefully like Miles Turner or Brook Lopez or a 3-point shooting center. Maybe they get Christian Wood back. Who knows, man? But yeah, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's a great trade for the Pacers. Probably like 2 stars out of 4 on this one. I like it for the Pelicans though, just getting another good veteran player around the team. So it's interesting. I don't really think it sets the world on fire for either squad though. Okay, next we have the Mavericks go big, Sixers find spacers. Oh, I see Embiid. So this is going to be the Dallas Mavericks receive Joel Embiid and Michael Scott from Michael Scott's paper company. In exchange, the Philadelphia Sixers receive Tim Hardaway, Seth Curry, Dwight Powell, Jalen Brunson, the 18th pick, the 31st pick, and the 2025th first-round pick, top 3 protected. So the 76ers getting a hell of a lot back here. But with that being said, man, I will say typically, when superstars traded, it's never really for a superstar. It's usually like a superstar for a whole bunch of pieces. And like I said, this is really getting a lot of pieces in it. It's just, for the 76ers, what do you do at this point? Because the Sixers would be going into things with, you probably still got Ben Simmons at point guard. I would say Seth Curry at the 2. That would be interesting, I guess. Tim Hardaway playing the 3, Tobias at the 4, Dwight Powell at center. You got Jalen Brunson. There's something there, I guess. Or maybe you can still do, at that point, you might be looking to trade Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson, guys like that. The draft picks are nice, especially the number 18th pick. I just don't know if that team with Ben Simmons is a good team, though. I don't know if I'm feeling it, man. I'd much rather them, instead of taking on, all this, I'd much rather them trade Joel Embiid and just get a guy that maybe not be as good as Joel Embiid, but somebody that is still a star that could play next to Ben Simmons, like a CJ McCollum or somebody like that. I don't know, man. I'm not liking the trade for the 76ers. Now, for the Mavericks, yeah, that would make them, that's a crazy big 3. Can you imagine a front court of Kristaps Porzingis and Joel Embiid, man? You're going to get, a solid 20 games a season out of them, man. But when they are playing, it's going to be fantastic. But, yeah, the injury proneness would not be great for the Mavericks either. I don't know if I like it for that reason either. Even Luka, has had some injuries. So, that would be one of those cases where it's man, on paper, that team's good. But we all know the key to winning a championship is all about just being consistent and being able to get to the playoffs and being able to stay healthy through the playoffs, which was the downfall of the 76ers with Ben Simmons. So, yeah, I would kind of have that fear for the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm going to give this one 97 stars out of 107. Okay, final trade. Dame goes back to Cali. Blazers rebuild. Okay, Blazers going to the rebuild, I guess. We got Golden State receives Damian Lillard, Trevor Ariza, and Portland gets Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, Eric Paschall, Kevon Looney, the number 2 pick, the 2021 first-round pick, top 3 pick from Minnesota, and 2026 first-round pick. That's a damn haul for the Portland Trailblazers. That's a haul, guys. So the Golden State Warriors would have Steph Curry and Damian Lillard in the backcourt. Okay, I know they're both point guards. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's another case of too much of a good thing. It's because Damian is so good, Steph is so good, it's I want the ball in their hands, and if the ball isn't the other person's hands, that means it's not in the other person's hands, which is kind of a problem. I mean, it would be a very talented team. It would be, I would probably say Damian at point guard, Steph at the 2 spot, Clay at the 3, which they traded D'Lo away from the team, so Clay would not have to play the 3 spot. Draymond at the 4, some sort of center at the 5. Maybe they could get a Serge Ibaka or somebody like that. That'd be kind of cool, I suppose. And then for the Portland Trailblazers, yeah, they're going full-on rebuild. The number 2 pick, I would probably say they would use it to get LaMelo, because I don't see LaMelo going to the Timberwolves. So I would say they'd have LaMelo Ball, CJ McCollum, Andrew Wiggins, Carmelo Anthony, and Nurkic. I mean, assuming that LaMelo can play a Rookie of the Year, it might be a short-lived rebuild. That's not a bad little squad right there, man. But it doesn't really make much sense to me, man. So I don't really know. I think that is the last trade, though. That is, in fact, the last trade. So I want to read the comments. How do I read the comments? Gotta scroll down. I cannot read the comments. It says read. I'm clicking. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's the end of it, man. That's all 5 trades. Some of them were good. Oh yeah, this one, 97.329 stars out of 2. That's my trade rating. But no, I don't know if I like Damian with Steph Curry. It'd be interesting, man. It'd be a fun rebuild to do on my main channel, Crispy Flakes. Thank you all so much for watching. That's all we got. Peace out.